You have another close to $1 trillion asset manager, Bernstein. They're like 700 million in asset. Well, they believe that the rally is going to come soon, and this is based on fundamentals. I've been talking about fundamentals. Seems like no one really concentrates on the fundamentals, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that have noticed that the fundamentals of Bitcoin has been extremely strong. In fact, arguably the strongest it's ever been. Okay? What constitutes us fundamentals? Well, things I've been talking about. Addresses, number of addresses, number of holders. Okay? Also the hash rate. I mean, anything that's measurable, okay? Network activity. I mean, anything that's measurable is pretty much at a high or all-time high or getting up there. Reserves going down to an exchange. These all count. And Bernstein believes that, yeah, this will definitely drive this next rally upwards in a way that we haven't seen before, because normally during recovery, we see very bad fundamentals. We actually see reserves, say, go up, people depositing Bitcoin and crypto to sell off. We have seen address counts and wallet counts drop. We have seen hash rate drop. Based on previous data, previous 4-year cycles, we have seen fundamentals drop before, but not this time. And also, something else I saw that is actually quite interesting. It's called the Quadruple Witching event. This happens 4 times in a year, where the fund managers basically rebalance their portfolio. Okay? It's a weird thing, but throughout the month, right? These big hedge funds guys who hold billions or trillions of assets, they reevaluate and they determine what to put in their portfolio. Now, here's the thing. The last time this happened was back in June. Bitcoin saw a big run up. Okay, so does that mean a lot of fund managers right now looking at the environment, especially seeing how down Bitcoin is from its, temporary top of 31,000, right? They might be licking their chops right now thinking this is a great time to be buying in before next year. And I've mentioned so many positive things about next year, right? So this witching event, this reallocation of or rediversification or rebalancing of hedge fund portfolios, this is also coming up. And this could be a big thing. Sometimes we just see big movements out of nowhere for Bitcoin, right? And we try to evaluate, we try to find out who's buying behind the scenes, all these OTC movements and stuff like that, right? It's all these big boys. So this is also coming up. So this could be absolutely huge. Grayscale is urging the SEC to approve their Bitcoin spot ETF application, which converts the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a ETF, right? After this court victory, there's really no reason for the SEC to deny them any further. I've talked about this many, many, many times already, right? This could also be coming up maybe as soon as this month. No, probably not. Won't be this early. But this is also something coming up within the next few months, and there's other applications, right? So again, something like this could suddenly turn things around, be a huge catalyst for massive buying to drive Bitcoin and crypto higher, right? So that's why not all is lost. Whenever you have a lot of fear and doubt, right? You just gotta focus. You gotta focus on what's truly happening behind the scenes, not what people are saying, not self-fulfilling prophecies like September is bad, so we should all sell. No, just pay attention to what's happening behind the scenes, right? And focus on the future, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, because there are so many positive things that are coming. And I know I've been saying that for a long time, but those of you guys that think a long time that thinks I'm wrong because you haven't been in the market that long, well, just wait and see. Some of you guys have been watching me since all the way back to 2017, then you know I'm right, because cycles Sometimes they take a while. Sometimes these long drawdowns, these boring periods seem like they last forever and they'll never, ever, ever go away. That the environment will never get better. But as someone that's lived through many, many of these cycles, I'm here to tell you, they do. It's just you got to withstand those times. It's kind of like the price of admission. Price of admission for crypto is standing the volatility and withstanding the FUD. Price predictions for Bitcoin by 2025. Many still feel like, yeah, we will definitely make a new high, and who knows where we end up. Okay, you got a $300 billion fund manager that believes that Bitcoin is going to hit 150,000 by December 2025. That's not even the end. That's not the end of 2025, right? And we got so many others that's calling 180, 200, 250,000 by the end of 2025. This is why we wait. This is why we have patience and hodl, right? Because good things come to those that have the most patience and the most Bitcoins, obviously, right? So none of the fundamentals I've been talking about have changed, even though it does seem more scary recently because DXY going up, because we're in September, because Bitcoin hasn't moved for a while, right? I realize that, but great things are still coming. Let's not forget the growing adoption across the world, right? Including El Salvador. We haven't heard about El Salvador for a while. They're working on their Volcano Bitcoin bonds, but they're going to introduce Bitcoin education in public schools by 2024. That's outstanding. We need to have more education about money in general, in my opinion. In schools right now, they don't really teach you about money, okay? They teach you maybe a little bit about, well, it depends, right? If you want to be an accountant, they'll teach you how to work the books. If you want to go into business, they'll show you a lot of business cases, right? But in terms of how to build wealth, right? How to truly attain financial freedom, right? By being an entrepreneur or an investor, they don't teach you that. They teach you how to get a job, right? That's the point of a school, to educate you how to work a 9-to-5 job, honestly, right? But if more people learned about creating wealth, generating wealth, how to become rich, right? I think the world would be very different than it is now. But anyways, teaching about Bitcoin kind of leads towards that direction. And people truly understand about money and how it devalues, okay, over time due to overprinting and everything that comes with that, right? If people learn about that at an early age, then more and more people will understand the importance of investing and especially understand why it's important to hold something like Bitcoin, the ultimate store of value that we have, right? So that's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to other countries doing the same thing. Of course, we're seeing like countries like Argentina and Turkey and others that are suffering from hyperinflation right now. A lot of citizens are turning to Bitcoin because there's just no other alternative, right? Love to see more countries embrace Bitcoin overall in the coming years. And I know it's going to happen, but love to see more more pushes like this, right? Rather than citizens having no choice but to turn to Bitcoin only due to some kind of catastrophe situation. No, we don't want to see that. We want to see them just be educated and learn and naturally want to get involved, not be forced to get involved. Something like that. I guess that's my